Namaskar. Before the written word carved its way into the palm leaves and manuscripts, India spoke through stone, copper, and clay. Every mark on a rock, every seal unearthed, every coin that shimmered beneath the dust holds whispers of kings, conquerors, monks, and commoners. In today's episode of the Indian Political History series, we journey beyond the pages of history into the soil itself, where time has preserved truth more faithfully than memory. From Ashoka's edicts that thunder morality across stones to the silent dignity of Harappan seals, each artifact tells us not just what India was, but how it remembered itself. Welcome to episode 6 Archaeological Sources, where stones speak and history breathes again. Archaeological sources of ancient Indian history. Archaeological sources include all material remains of the past, such as inscriptions, coins, seals, monuments, and excavated objects that help reconstruct India's ancient history with factual evidence. Since literary sources often mix fact with myth, archaeological evidence provides a more reliable and objective understanding of political, economic, and cultural developments in ancient India. This presentation studies five key archaeological sources: inscriptions, coins, seals, monuments, and excavations, each revealing a distinct aspect of India's past. The role of coins in tracing dynastic histories, trade, and economy, and of seals in identifying early civilizations like Harappa will be discussed in detail. Finally, we explore monuments, sculptures, and excavated sites such as Taxila, Sarnath, and Mohenjo-daro, which illuminate the artistic and urban legacy of ancient India. Together, these sources provide a comprehensive, data oriented reconstruction of ancient Indian civilization, from the Indus Valley period to the Gupta age, bridging gaps left by literary texts. Inscriptions in ancient India. An inscription literally means any writing engraved on some object such as stone, metal, clay, wood, or ivory. Indian inscriptions were usually engraved on stone or copper plates. Literary sources were often inadequate for understanding ancient Indian history. Hence, inscriptions, coins, and monuments became more reliable than the Puranas or historical kavyas. Inscriptions varied in length from a few verses or lines to an entire kavya, such as the Udaipur Rajasamudra Kavya, or dramas like Lalita Vigraha Raja, Hare Kelani Nataka, and Parijata Manjari, of which only two acts survive. Most inscriptions were carved on stone for public use or on copper plates for private records. These inscriptions serve as primary sources of political, social, and cultural information, providing direct evidence of administrative and loyal activities. Copper plate inscriptions, size and significance. Copper plate inscriptions differed in size. The Kanas plate of Loka Vigraha Bhattaraka measured 4.85 inches by 2.5 inches, while Kesari Beda plates of Arthabati Bhattaraka were 7.5 inches by 1.5 inches. A plate issued by Yadava king Ramachandra in AD 1272 measured 20.5 inches by 15 inches. Often more than one plate was used. A set of 3 plates weighed 2,300 tolas with rings of 457 tolas, making the total 2,757 tolas. The Chola Emperor Rajendra I issued the heaviest known inscription, 55 plates, each 16.5 inches by 9.25 inches, weighing 8,645 tolas, with the real ceiling weighing 753 tolas. Copper plates mainly recorded land grants, donations, or royal orders, serving private or administrative functions rather than public announcements. Stone inscriptions, usage and preservation. Stone inscriptions were used for public purposes, often engraved on rocks, pillars, or slabs fixed on prominent places. The Trashati of Maharana Raja Simha, composed during the excavation of Rajasamudra Lake, was engraved on its embankment. When buildings fell into ruin, stones bearing inscriptions were reused. For example, the Mau inscription of Chandela Madanvarman was found at a site where locals sharpened their talwars. The Pehua Prasasti of Gujjara Patihara ruler Mahendrapala was affixed to the Garibnath temple, while the Vadnagar Prasasti remains in the Arjunbari temple. Many inscriptions have worn off or been mistreated, though some, like those of Pehua and Vadanagar, have survived almost intact. These inscriptions provide authentic evidence of construction, excavation, royal achievements, and daily life of people in ancient India. Ashokan Edicts, the earliest inscriptions of India. The earliest and most important inscriptions in India were the edicts used by Emperor Ashoka. Nearly 100 inscriptions attributed to him have been discovered across the Indian subcontinent. Ashokan inscriptions are broadly divided based on the object on which they were inscribed into 1. Rock edicts and 2. Pillar inscriptions. The rock edicts are further classified into minor rock edicts, major rock edicts, and cave inscriptions, each serving different purposes and audiences. Pillar inscriptions are divided into minor pillar edicts, major pillar edicts, with the latter being more extensive and formal in tone. According to Pillar Edict 6, Ashoka began issuing his edicts 12 years after his coronation, roughly between 273 BC to 269 BC. Considering the internal evidence of the edicts, historians place their issue between 261 BC and 257 BC, covering the period following the Kaling War. Three of the most famous Ashokan edicts are the Sahavajgari Edict in Peshawar district, the Kalsi Edict from Orissa, and the Rummindei Nepalese Terai Edict marking the birthplace of Buddha. The last commemorates Ashoka's visit to Lumbini. Coins, an important archaeological source. Coins and seals rank next to inscriptions as vital sources for ancient Indian history. Unlike literary texts, coins provide authentic economic evidence, as their factual data cannot be fictitious or exaggerated. The scarcity or absence of coins in a region provides negative evidence for historical analysis, showing gaps in economic activity or political control. The earliest available coins bear no legends, featuring only figures, devices, or symbols, usually punched into metal pieces. These coins, called punch mark coins, were made by punching multiple symbols into metal, often at different times. The meanings of many early figures or symbols are lost, and scholars have offered highly speculative interpretations of them. Most coins were deliberately stamped by issuing authorities such as kings, trade guilds, city corporations, or even individual merchants to guarantee genuineness and value. Evolution of coinage, Indo-Greek to Shaka period. After Alexander's invasion, coins began to bear the names and portraits of kings, reflecting a new Hellenistic tradition. The Indo-Greek rulers of Bactria, who conquered northwestern India including Punjab, introduced these artistic coins that showcased exceptional craftsmanship. These coins reveal the names of nearly 30 Indo-Greek kings and queens, known from both coins and classical literature. Indo-Greek coinage was succeeded by the Kushanas and Shakas. Though technically inferior, Shakas innovated by dating coins in the Shaka era and including the names of kings and their fathers. Shaka chronology was mainly reconstructed from coins, as few inscriptions or texts survive. Without coins, the Shaka timeline would remain uncertain. These coins symbolized royal authority, economy, and artistic refinement, acting as miniature records of cultural exchange between India and the Hellenistic world. Gupta coins and their historical value. The Guptas were the first great Indian dynasty to issue a wide variety of coins featuring portraits of the ruling kings, their names, and regnal years. Gupta coins highlight the political and cultural zenith of India's classical age, showcasing royal achievements and religious motifs. Important dynasties such as the Mitra rulers of Panchal and republican states like the Mallavas and Yudhayas are known chiefly through their coinage. After the downfall of the Guptas, coins became less artistic and historically significant, marking the decline of centralized imperial control. Even for the Guptas, economic evidence remains more reliable. Gupta coins are less crucial as historical sources compared to Indo-Greek and Shaka coins. Coins from different dynasties collectively reveal the economic life, trade, metallurgy, art, and chronology of ancient India, bridging gaps left by literary and archaeological records. Seals, early written evidence of civilization. A seal denotes the original plate or mold engraved with legend or device, while a seal refers to the impression of that seal on clay, wax, or similar material. The earliest seals known to Indian history belong to the Harappan or Indus Valley civilization, discovered at Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, and other sites. Though numerous seals have been unearthed, most important Harappan seals remain undeciphered, limiting our understanding to their exact message or language. Seal and sealings of later periods with decipherable legends have also been found, adding valuable information about trade, administration, and ownership. The paucity of historical sources from ancient India makes every scrap of new information, such as seals, a welcome addition to historical reconstruction. These seals reveal the artistic refinement, religious motifs, and commercial links of early Indian civilizations, serving as enduring symbols of their social and economic life. Monuments and excavations, architectural sources. The extant monuments, sculptures, and paintings serve as vital sources for understanding the art, religion, and social life of ancient India. Excavations at Indus Valley sites, particularly Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, provide the earliest evidence of urban civilization in India. The planning and architecture of Harappan sites illustrate advanced civic life, drainage systems, and craftsmanship, forming the foundation of early Indian culture. Later excavations at Taxila, Sarnath near Varanasi, and Rajgir near Patna have shed light on diverse aspects of life and religion across different historical periods. These monuments reveal a continuous evolution of Indian art and architecture, linking prehistoric craftsmanship with later Buddhist and Mauryan achievements. Together with inscriptions and coins, monuments and excavations complete the archaeological framework that reconstruct the political, religious, and cultural history of ancient India. Sources. The primary reference of this presentation is A Concise History of Ancient India by A.K. Majumdar. Additional insights have been taken from Ancient India by R.C. Majumdar. Valuable historical interpretations are drawn from Early History of India by V.A. Smith. Archaeological data have been referenced from Indian Archaeology, a review published by the Archaeological Survey of India. Epigraphic evidence was consulted from Corpus Inscriptionum Indicarum, edited by E. Hulzet. Numismatic information has been derived from Numismatic Chronicle of the Royal Numismatic Society. Broader historical context has been supported by the Cambridge History of India, Volume 1, Ancient India. Important inscriptions and interpretations were gathered from Epigraphia Indica, a Government of India publication. Excavation details have been sourced from reports on Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, Taxila, and Sarnath. Supplementary material has been referred from Hyderabad Archaeological Services and Government Oriental Manuscript Library Records, Madras. The story of India does not lie only in the words of poets or verses of kings. It lives beneath our feet. The Ashokan pillars and coins of the Guptas, the seals of Harappa, and the ruins of Sarnath and Taxila are not mere remnants. They are the soul of an unbroken civilization. When we study archaeology, we do not just uncover stones, we uncover ourselves, our continuity, our courage, and our voice that has echoed for millennia. So, as we leave today's journey, remember every ruin you pass, every artifact you see in a museum is a chapter of the great book called India. Stay tuned for next episode of the Indian political series because our past still has much to say and we are only beginning to listen. Thank you. Dhanyabad.